Right, I'm here and public footpath. It's a freshly altered one and basically I think it's just straight across there. I've just checked the new Cornwall County app and yeah, basically I'll join a lane over there and walk back to Bodmin. Like I say, I'm going to give this a go. Like I say, I've got no choice now, and from Jamaica Inn I can make my way out onto the moors. I don't think I'm going to have time to mess about too much at Jamaica Inn though. It will be just to do a replaying on fluid, then get back out on the moors. But yep, let's give this a go. That's where I'm going there, that group of buildings up there, Jamaica Inn. Unfortunately the footpath is heading this way to a lane halfway up there. Then I have to come back to Jamaica Inn. So it's a bit of a roundabout way, but it's my only way to get there. So let's get going. The only thing I can say is that I've kind of lost the insects, which is fantastic because they were beginning to eat me alive in that wood block there. Yeah, that's an unpleasant thing because you're sweating. Your sweat is cooling down on you now and it's getting sticky. Though you got insects landing on you, obviously that's attracting insects. They're trying to bite you. It's the whole situation now is beginning to get that kind of a little bit unpleasant. But in about another hour's time, when a little bit more light goes, I'm hoping we actually do really just kill or say goodbye to those insects. But till then, I've just got to endure it. And there it is, folks, Brown Willie. And as you can see from Jamaica Inn over here, I've still got a lot of ground to cover to get to that and over the back to Row Tor. And these are the highest points in Cornwall. So you can see my day is long. It's a long way to go yet before I can crack open a cider. But anyway, I'm not seeing much evidence of footpath markings. I can see a post in the distance now, thank God for that. Because I am just reaching a point I don't want to mess about now. That's where if you can recce various parts of a hike before you do it and then just stitch them all together, it just speeds it all up. But I appreciate that's not available to everybody all the time. My Garmin keeps going off storm alert and I've got no idea that a storm. All the weather reports from myself say it's supposed to be absolutely blistering and fine weather. But here's another sty. It's beginning to get a little bit more unkempt as I go along, which is kind of a little bit of a worrying omen. But and the ground is very poor indeed to walk on. It's ankle breaking ground, hidden boulders. So where's that one pointing? Straight on. And there is supposed to be a river crossing. And I always get a little bit jittery with river crossings for the very reason you could be dealing with a stream, you could be dealing with an actual river. You know, and when you get there you don't know what crossing ability you've got. Whether it is like a bit of a crossing there, or whether it is just quite simply you've got to wade across. But this is getting really unkempt now, and I do hope I'm not bushwhacking, but I've got a horrible feeling you're going to see me up to my neck in vegetation fighting through this like I did earlier. But hey ho, you know what they say, you're here now, so you might as well enjoy the party. Been fighting my way through all that gorse and that's about bum deep all the way through there, and I'm coming down here and there's a gate, and boy do I hope this is where I gotta be. and not down over there, because it's not looking like that's going to be an easy trail to break. Like I say, I think I can see, thank God, I can see a public footpath sign. Whoa, thank the Lord. Right, there, I've just seen deers going into the forest down there. This footpath is one that you possibly should recce before you even come on it. I kid you not. Like I said, this is real backcountry hiking, or more backcountry moorland hiking. No, I'm literally thankful for the footpath signs, but it's not making it easy for with the terrain. It's ankle breaking terrain, and it's coupled with the fact it's unkempt and patches you're having to force your way through, and it's gorse and brambles in amongst it, and thorns. Yeah, this is a full-on section of the track. And I know what I've got coming to me once I get out in the moors, and I'm fully prepared for that. But this is absolutely, drains your energy, and it also takes a lot of your morale. You've got to keep your morale up while you're fighting through it. But hey ho, like I say, now I've got to find out where I've got to go from here. Okay, I'll catch you guys in a minute. Well, that is a welcome relief, what I can just see there. It is shitty, and like I said, it is ankle breaking. But where the hell do you get up to that? Oh, I think you've got to come over here. It's on the opposite side of the hedge. Do you get over there? I think so. It looks like people are going over there. Right, as you can see, this is full on, and through there to that bridge. Whew. I am getting a little bit concerned with time and me crossing the highest points on the moor. Yeah, I can see fish in there. I can see them swimming down the river there. A whole shoal of them, actually. Whoa. Whoa. Boy. Right, now I've got to cross here, and hopefully it tells me which direction I got to go in. I'm guessing where that track is. Yeah, I'll take the track. Yeah, I wouldn't think it's going up through there. Well, I can't see no sign. I'm going to take my chances with this track up through here. Right, let's crack on. Well, I did eventually navigate that path to a farm, and it's led me to the road. I've got to take a right. Now I've got to walk into Bodmin, and ultimately it will be Jamaica Inn. But whew, Jesus Christ, things just don't seem to happen easy for me. But I'm on good walking road now, so I'm going to put my phone down and get to Jamaica Inn, order myself a nice cool drink, put one in the bag, and then it's going to be time to hit the trail again, out to the highest points in Cornwall. Woo! I tell you what, I really did let myself in for this one, didn't I? But there you go, that's my style. I've made it to Jamaica Inn. I'm going to get some fluid, top up, and probably have a double Captain Morgan's, just for good measure, and I'm going to leave promptly and get back out on the trail across the moors. Right, I've left Jamaica Inn, and I've just gone under the bridge which the A30 sits on. So if you're on holiday, you may have been going over the top of me, so to speak, and I'm now rounding the actual flyover road, and I'm going to start making my way down into the lanes, which is going to take me out to the moor then. So that was a welcome stop, and I like Jamaica Inn, and so does the wife. We had a good time there on my 52nd not long ago, and we stayed in room 5, which is rumoured to be the most haunted room in that pub. Now, I'm not going to go into anything in regards to that, but yeah, it was a good night, and because we're older parents with young kids, it was nice that we had that evening where we got to be adults the whole night, and indeed propping up the bar and being the two of the last people to leave the bar was possibly something we might not recreate again. So it was nice, yeah, we enjoyed ourselves there, and it was a stonking breakfast in the morning just to round it off. Well, you can see I'm getting a little bit out of breath already. I'm gaining altitude. I've left the lanes and I'm on tracks now, and I'm on the final push up to the gate, which will lead me out to this side of the moors. There is a bit of wind, and I'm losing those like electric blue skies that were above me, and they're kind of like grey and dappled, and there's a small bit of wind, but it is cooling, and it's what I need to complete this last bit. I'm hoping I got enough light to get up and touch the trig point on Brown Willie at least, but we'll have to see. It may be a case that I just push on through past it and look up onto it. But in any case, I would have completed east to west. Or I haven't completed it yet, I've still to do it, so I don't want to jinx it at the moment. But I'll just let you have a look where we've got to go up. And here we are. This is the last easy bit of track that I'm going to be walking on. The rest of it will be open moorland, to the exact spot where my ride is going to pick me up. But yeah, you can see those skies over there where I'm heading compared to where I'm leaving, and Jamaica Inn. I had a fascinating little chat with a couple of locals in there while I had a gin, and you know, I did have a Coke to refresh myself and rehydrate, but I did have a gin, and it was nice to have a little chat. And yet again, I knew some of the people in this area that he did. So there you go. You've always got to be careful what you say. Somebody may know somebody, and that's a lesson that I think everybody ought to take away from that. And there it is, the gate of no return. But seriously, once you go out over there, it's all moorland and the high ground. So you really need to be prepared for that. This time of year, obviously, it's a little bit different. But, you know, any hint of bad weather, you know, take it serious out there, guys. I've even got a map and compass, you know, and I do carry a torch should things go south. But there's no reason for that. And I'll tell you what, I can just see Dartmoor over there. And if you look over there in the very distance, you can see the high ground of Kilmore Tor. And that's where we came from. Jamaica Inn. And just behind that is All Up Valley, where I was getting severely navigationally challenged and being pushed to the breaking point of wondering why I'm doing so much bushwhacking. But yeah, I'm here where I am now, and let's get on, because like they say, if I get on and do it, it's done. Well, there you go, there's Brown Willie, folks, and on the very left hand side you can just see Rough Tor poking its nose there up into the sky. It has a lot of folklore and legend surrounding It was regarded as holy and sacred, or spiritual to the ancient Cornish, and indeed, you know, there's said to be Cornish kings buried up there. Whether there is or not, who knows, but there are archaeological sites up there, so and that's a proven, and they date from, like, you know, the Bronze Age, Neolithic, Iron Age, right the way through, I believe, if I'm correct. But yeah, I've got to make my way over there. Hopefully it'll be time for me to touch the trig point, but who knows. Let's crack on. And I'm looking down across the other side of the moor towards Bodmin. I'm bringing us around to the 5-lane side. Vast open spaces. And believe you me, when the weather is rough, it is rough up here. Yeah, you don't want to be caught out if the weather turns real bad on you up here. I'm here in the middle of nowhere all by myself, and in this modern world, how many times can you actually say that, you know, and genuinely it be the case? And it's only about 2 miles back there. There was a pub full of holidaymakers talking, having an absolute great time and enjoying Cornwall for what it is, and in a lot of cases missing the truth. And this is the truth. This is what Cornwall is and was, and it's what is in danger of being lost. But yeah, a total honour to be out here at the end of this trail. I'm not yet done, but near the end. I'll be doing it by myself. I'm heading up to it now. You can see that with those differences of light, it has an air about it. You can feel it. I've got a long way to get to the base, so I'm trudging through this moorland, and when I get to the base, I'll scrabble up the sides, summit it, touch the actual trig point, and let you look and see over the whole of Cornwall. Truly a magical place. It was for our ancient ancestors back then, and it still is now. It's just clinging to it. Right, I'm at the base, and now it's the hard work to summit it, and I've got to scrabble all the way up the top. My legs are on fire, they're burning already from the hike, but I know I can't just walk away and leave this one. I've got to do it. So here goes. This is making me sweat, and it's going to be more effort than it really ought to be. Like I said, my legs are burning. My thigh muscles are screaming at me to stop. But I still know I've got about 2 miles to go yet to get back to my pickup point. But take a look up there. It might not look steep, but I'll see if I can get a better angle on this. Right, I'm having to lean right into this now. As you can see, I've left the shallow basin. I'm now coming up to the steep bit. And there you go. That's what I'm doing. And I've got to get over there. You can see how steep it is. You're leaning right into it now, and I can't explain how much I'm having to lean into this. Like I say, I don't want to slip over. There's a bit more grass and ferns than there usually is when I come up here. Obviously I do it usually in the autumn or spring, but hey, I'm here. Right, we've just got to the back, or on top of the spine. Looking all the way down there, and there she is, boys and girls, the trig point. Let's get over to her. Woo-wee! My legs are telling me No more. No more. I don't think I have a lot left in me. I don't think Routor is going to be summited. I'll just skirt around the base. And there she is, Routor in the distance. We still have to get around that. Whoa! Here we are. Last time I was up here, it was near gale force winds coming off the Atlantic. Whew! Right, let's get up there. Scrabble over this bit of scree. Oh, it'd be tragic if I twisted my ankle here now. Absolutely tragic. There she is, guys, the trig point. And in keeping with what everybody else does on YouTube, give it a stroke or a tickle. I'm not sure that did anything for me, but hey, when in Rome, as they say. Look at this. There is obviously a slightly higher stone pillar there, just to give it that little bit extra in height. But we are on the highest point in Cornwall now, and you can see both coasts. You can even see down to Poles F over there. And there's Routor. I should do it, but I think I may be taking the path and heading back around the back of it. My legs are just telling me you've done enough. Right, I'm going to have a drink a can of Coke and get myself rehydrated again. We're saying goodbye to Brown Willie, or the Hill of Swallows, if translated into the Cornish language, back into it. But it's so tempting sitting over there. The path skirts around that shallow half moon. Could I scramble across there while I still got some light? Let's have a look. I can't begin to tell you how tired my legs are. They feel like lead weights to move now. And even my toes and things like that have got a slight bit of pain in them. It's just simply wearing boots and they need to be taken out and rested. But the light is beginning to go. It's gone really still and quiet compared to up on Brown Willie. There was a fair bit of wind. All I've got is a few little birds chirping in the long grass. I think, you know, this has just been what I needed. I mean, I've been saying I was going to do it for a long time. It's fallen through for multiple reasons. And here I am, doing it, or... yeah, let's keep saying doing it till I actually crack open that can of cider, hey? Right then, I'm possibly tempted to do that, you know, get over to Routor. Well, I'm just coming down a like granite track, granite little boulder, pebble track if you want to call it that, to a gate, and then there's a road, like I say, or a track that skirts around the side. I'm just wondering whether you could just go straight up over to the Tor. The only issue with that is I think I can see ferns, and I think we can all agree I've done enough bushwhacking. If it means I've got to take a longer route and I can walk, you know, unhindered, I will do. It's too late in the day for me to be bushwhacking now. So yeah, little stream here. And I think I saw fish in there. True to form, getting near some water this time of night. And just because it's a bit damp and you've got a bit of water down here, you've got midges So I'm not going to stick around and enjoy this little bit of a river. I'm going to try and get onto the higher ground where they're not actually at. Now I'm climbing up the opposite side. You can actually see how high Brown Willie is. It's a fair old elevation. It's enough to give an old guy of 52 a bit of a cardio workout anyway. I'm now walking, basically chasing the actual sun. And I don't think we're going to get a spectacular sunset like we've had the last couple nights, because basically they were just so clear skies. And yeah, but it's still, doesn't it look really intriguing, all those clouds and the colours? That really is special. Right, this is a relatively easy track to walk actually. You're not pushing through big lumps of grass and that. It's almost like somebody's been here with a lawnmower. Obviously they haven't, but I should imagine this track gets fairly well used. So, you know, helping an old guy out, eh? I'm actually scrabbling my way up through the actual rocks and granite boulders to the top of the tour, which is Rough Tour, and I'm trying to hunt down a little plaque, and I want to show you guys what it's dedicated to. But I've virtually got nothing left in the gas tank. I am all but empty. Right, I've got a bit of boulder scrabbling here, so I'm going to switch you guys off and bring you back online when there's something I can show you. And here is a monument to the 43rd Wessex Division, which honours the campaigns that they had in the Northwest European campaign, and it was from 1944-1945. There you go, gives you a bit of information on it, and the actual insignia is a wyvern, which is a creature from folklore, mythology and legend, and it's basically a sea serpent with wings. That patch lived on, and I actually wore it as a trooper when I served in the Devon Yeomanry, which was a blue patch with the actual wyvern in yellow in the centre. So there was a lot of history attached to that patch that I wore, and it was on the back of what these brave souls did during their fighting and campaigns. And what more fitting place could there be for an actual monument to those guys? Pretty thought-provoking. But I'll bring you around to see that sunset for one more last time. And I'm going to get down to the car park now. So it's time for me to leave Rough Tour. As you can gather, there's not much left in light. My ride is pretty much going to be in the car park. And I've got about half a mile to plod out to get down to it. So I'm going to make my way back off this tour. I don't know what's happening with the sky tonight, but it's gone absolutely mental. Absolutely mental. But totally beautiful. And just around this actual hiking trip off, there's two newborn foals. Isn't that gorgeous? A nice white one behind its mother, and one down there with a white one with black spots all over it. and this is home for them. This is it. It's finished, over and done. I've completed it, east to west. I can't believe it. I've done it. Like I said, I've been talking about it long enough. It's done, and it hasn't sunk in, to be honest with you, because this is a bucket list thing for me to do. Yes, I've done it, and I've only got 500 metres to plod out to my car. Basically, I've got my ride there, and yeah, I'm going to, well, draw this video to a conclusion. I'm possibly not going to edit this too heavily, because I was thinking about this. You really need to see what was involved, the length of time, everything about, you know, editing it to a really short format might make great viewing, but it's not going to tell the full story. This is a bit of a documentary of me doing this, and I think that's how I want it to remain. Like I said, it's a personal thing, more than you know, for anybody else. This is something I want to look back on and remember the hard times and the struggles to do this and what was involved. If you did stick with this, like I say, you know, thanks. But as I always say, it just goes to show you there's always a little adventure or a big adventure, and it's right outside your back door. And try and make it happen for yourselves. I've waited long enough to do this, and I'm so happy to have completed it. Okay, this is Andy from Folklore Hiking Sticks, and all the best, and I hope to see you on the trail soon. Just to round everything up and clarify a few things, Bodmin Moor is pretty fragmented, and it's not like other places that have wide open spaces which you're able to access. You will have to make your own routes and forge your own ways using the open access land, public footpaths, bridleways, permissive walks, and indeed you may have to utilise a few public lanes or highways. Now, I managed to do all that and keep within the parameters I set myself, which was I didn't want to stray off the high ground of Bodmin Moor to completely east and west. You, when you look at the map, may have a look and find various different trails, but inevitably they won't be able to provide you with what you've just seen me do. There is possibly other routes that you could use or find, and I will probably explore those myself at some point. But yeah, that was the route I took, and I hope you enjoyed it. But just on a little footnote surrounding Row Tour, I sometimes drop back into calling it Rough Tour. It is actually Row Tour, and you'll notice that when I call it its name, I drop from one to the other without a second thought, and that's just a brain fart on my part. But it is Row Tour, not Rough Tour. Anyway, I'm going to draw this to a close, and I hope you enjoyed that. This is Andy from Folklore Hiking Sticks. All the best.